Good morning, children. How are you? Hope you all are doing good. So, today we are going to continue the chapter 3. Chapter 3 already we have started and we have completed few topics. So, let's continue the session. Okay. Children, let's continue the session. Okay, so we are going seeing now chapter 3, understanding quadrilaterals. Already we have seen some topics. So do you remember in the last session what we have learned? So last session we have seen some properties for parallelogram. We have verified some properties of parallelogram, and based on that we have done some problems. You remember, children, based on the properties what we have learned, we have done some problems. So let's continue the remaining problems. So remaining exercise problems we are going to see in this session. First problem, let's see the first problem. So consider the following parallelograms. Find the values of the unknown. So they have given a figure, that is parallelogram they have given, and we want to find the unknown angles. What is the question? They have given a shape parallelogram. Now we want to find the unknown angles. So here, what are the angles given? One angle they have given as 80 degree, and other angles they have mentioned as X, Y and Z. Okay, so XY are angles which is formed inside, and Z is an exterior angle which we have marked outside the figure. So that is exterior angle, or we can say it is external angle. So another one interior angle is 80 degree. So here like alternate opposite angles are equal, corresponding angles are equal. If it is possible to apply in the figure, we have to apply it and find the answers. Then remaining angles we can find out. So here we have a corresponding angles. Can you find out here which is a corresponding angle? Can you see here this is one straight line, right? This is one straight line and another straight line is this one. Can you see here? So this is one, AB is one straight line, another one DC is another one straight line, and here BC is one line which is crossing these two lines. We can extend this line. Okay, we can extend this line. So this ABC we can say is a transversal. Do you remember in grade 7 one topic we have learned corresponding angles, alternate angle. They'll be giving a figure. You want to find out the alternate angles and corresponding angles. Do you remember, children? So if you have any doubt, please go through the topics. So here you have a transversal and two lines. So angles which is formed here, this angle is known as corresponding angles. Do you remember this point? So we have two lines and this BC is a transversal. So angle which is formed here, this is known as corresponding angles. We know that corresponding angles are equal. We know that corresponding angles are equal. So Z is equal to 80 degree. Here already the angle measurement is given as 80 degree. So we can say that Z is equal to 80 degree. Understood? Why we are saying Z is equal to 80 degree? Because this is Z and this 80 degree, these two angles are corresponding angles. Because AB is one straight line, DC is another one straight line, and a transversal, a line which crosses, a line which passes through these both lines is known as a transversal. Do you remember this point, children? We have clearly studied about all these angles in grade 7. Now we are going to apply all this in the problems. So please, if you have any doubt in that topic, please go through the definitions, what we have learned in the last year. So BC is a transversal. So the angles which is formed here. So here what are the two angles formed? 80 degree and Z. So 80 degree and Z are the corresponding angles. And we know that corresponding angles are equal. So we can say that Z is equal to 80 degree. So now we got one angle Z, right? So now what is an angle measurement here? Z is equal to 80 degree. So can you see here another one straight line, and these two angles are alternate angles. The last problem we have applied this. Alternate angles are equal. Do you remember? So here Y and Z are alternate angles. Y and Z are alternate angles. So we can say that Y is equal to 80 degree because we know that alternate angles are equal. So we can say Y is equal to Z. So what is Z value? 80 degree. So Y is equal to 80 degree. Now what is the leftover angle we want to find out? Only X. We got Z is equal to 80 degree. How we got? Corresponding angles are equal. So we got Z is equal to 80 degree. Now Y also we have found out. How we have found out? By using the property alternate angles are equal. So in a parallelogram alternate angles are equal. So Y is equal to 80 degree. So here is one straight line and these both angles are alternate angles. Alternate opposite angles. So Y is equal to 80 degree. Next, we want to find out x. So here can you see here a straight line, and on this straight line you are having y and x. You are having y and x. So this is in a straight line you are having both angles, right? So this is adjacent angles. This is adjacent angles. This is corresponding angles. Why we are saying corresponding angles? Because this is two straight line and this is a transversal. This is an exterior angle, right? So a transversal. So the angles which is formed here is corresponding angle. So this is one straight line and both angles are formed. Nearby angles are known as adjacent angles. So we know that adjacent angles, sum of adjacent angles is equal to 180 degrees. Supplementary. Do you remember the property? The sum of adjacent angles is equal to 180 degrees. So what is the other name for 180 degree? Supplementary. So we can say x plus y is equal to 180 degree. So y already we have found out. What is y? 80 degree, right? So we can say x plus 80 degree is equal to 180 degree. You got the equation. Now you can solve it and find the value of x. Now we have found out all the angles. Understood, children? So here what are the things we are applying? Here we are applying corresponding angles are equal. So we got the value of Z. Here we are applying alternate opposite. For Y and Z we are comparing and we are saying that alternate angles are equal. Alternate opposite angles are equal. So we got Y. Next for X and Y, adjacent angles, right? Adjacent, sum of adjacent angles is equal to 180 degree. Do remember the property? So we are applying that property and we are finding the value of X. Now let's see the solution. So Z is equal to 80 degree. And how we found out? By using corresponding angles are equal. Understood, children? Y is equal to 80 degree. Why Y is equal to 80 degree? Alternate opposite angles are equal. Can you see here? In the bracket I have written the explanation. So it will be easy for you for understanding. In the exam also you want to write the explanation inside the bracket. Okay, so it will be easy. Next, y plus x is equal to 180 degree. Why? Adjacent angles are supplementary. That property, write that in a bracket. So 80 degree plus x, y plus x is equal to 180 degree. What is y? 80 degree, right? So substitute this y is equal to 80 in the place of y, 80 degree plus x is equal to 180 degree. Now this is an equation, right? You know to solve the equation. Solve it. You got the answer x is equal to 100. You got x is equal to 100. So now x is equal to 100 degree, y is equal to 80 degree and z is equal to 80 degree. You got all the values. This is how you are finding the known angles by using the properties, corresponding angles, then alternate angles, then adjacent angles and linear pair. So like this, first you want to clearly see the figure and understand where are the angles, which are the interior angles, which are the exterior angles, whether any alternate angles are there, whether any corresponding angles are there. First you see the figure properly and understand what are the angles there given in the figure. Next you apply the properties and just find out the values. Understood, children? That's why please learn the properties. In all problems we are going to apply these properties. Okay, children, let's see the next problem. Okay, second problem, they have given a figure but they have drawn a diagonal. They have drawn a diagonal. So here, what is a parallelogram? ABCD is a parallelogram and they have drawn a diagonal. Diagonal means what, children? Just joining the opposite vertex point. That's how we'll draw the diagonal. Do you remember that? So here, what is a diagonal given? AC is a diagonal. Can you see here? AC is a diagonal. So now we got two triangles, right? What are the two triangles? We can take one as A, D, C. One triangle and another triangle we can take it as A, B, C. So we got two triangles. So here what is a parallelogram? ABCD is a parallelogram and we have drawn one diagonal. In the question they have drawn one diagonal. What is the diagonal? AC. And so we got, since we have drawn a diagonal, we got two triangles. So what are the two triangles? ADC is one triangle and another triangle is ABC. Now here also we want to find the unknown angles. So here what are the angles? Y, X, 40 degree, then Z and 112 degree. So now we want to find out the unknown angles. So here two angles they have given. So this is one triangle, this is one triangle, right? So opposite, this B and D, these are opposite angles, right? We know that opposite angles are equal. Opposite angles are equal. We know that opposite angles are equal. B and D are opposite angles, right? So we know that y is equal to 112 degree. So we can write y is equal to 112 degree. Without doing any calculation, we got the answer. So first you want to check, okay, whether any angles whether we can find out by using this corresponding angles method or alternate method or opposite angles. If it is possible, first you find out that angles and then we can find out the remaining angles. Is it clear, children? So we got y is equal to 112 degree. Why we got? Because opposite angles are equal. Next, in a triangle, we are going to take a triangle. So in this triangle, what are the angles? Y, 40 degree and X. So here we can find out, now we found out Y. What is Y? 112 degree. So we got here 40 degree, 112 degree and only in this triangle we want to find out X. So we can apply here angle sum property of a triangle. Do you remember the sum of angle sum property? The sum of all angles in a triangle is equal to 180 degree. Angle sum property. Do you remember, children? So we are going to write y plus x plus 40 degree is equal to 180 degree. Look at here, y plus 40 degree plus x is equal to 180 degree. This triangle. We have taken by using angle sum property. So what is y? 112. Substitute in the place of y 112 degree plus 40 degree plus x is equal to 180 degree. Now just we got an equation. Solve the equation and find out the value of x. You got x is equal to 28 degree. You got x is equal to 28 degree. So we got y. Y is 112. X is equal to 28 degree. So what is the leftover angle we want to find out? Z. So can you see here a straight line and these two are alternate angles, right? These two are alternate opposite angle. So we know that alternate opposite angles are equal. So what is x? We got x is equal to 28 degree. So therefore Z is equal to 28 degree. Why? Because alternate opposite angles are equal. Look at here. Z is equal to x. So what is x? 28 degree. So we can write Z is equal to 28 degree. So what are the angles? So x is equal to 28, y is equal to 112 and Z is equal to 28 degree. Okay, children. Now let's see the next problem. The next question is, can a quadrilateral ABCD be a parallelogram if they have given three questions? So they are asking whether a quadrilateral ABCD can be a parallelogram also. We want to find that. So angle D plus angle B. What is the first question? Angle D plus angle B is equal to 180 degree. So if we are getting angle, when we add this angle D and angle B, you are getting the answer 180 degree. So whether it is possible to be a parallelogram, we want to find out. The second one, they have given the measurements of the side. So AB is equal to DC. So AB and DC, they have 8 centimeter and AD, they have given us 4 centimeter and BC they have given us 4.4 centimeter. So here where is AB? This is AB. So AB and DC both are opposite sides. So it is given as 8 centimeter. Okay, it's possible. Then AD is 4 centimeter and BC is 4.4 centimeter. So AD and BC are the next opposite sides, right? So opposite sides are equal in a parallelogram. So here they have given one as 4 centimeter and 4.4 centimeter. So it's not possible. And angle D. What is the first question? Angle D. Where is angle D? Here. And what is angle B? Angle B is equal to angle D plus angle B is equal to 180 degree. So it is maybe a parallelogram, may not be a parallelogram, because for a parallelogram all the property we should satisfy. Only if opposite sides are equal we have satisfied, so we cannot write it is a parallelogram. There are some properties for the parallelogram. All the properties if we satisfy, only we can say that is a parallelogram. Understood, children? Maybe on seeing this maybe one question it satisfies for the parallelogram, so we cannot say that it can be it's 100% sure it's a parallelogram. We cannot say that, because all other properties should be true, then only we can find out. Okay, we can say that's a parallelogram. So here, before going to the solution, just I have written shortly the property of parallelogram. Okay, so what is a parallelogram? A parallelogram has opposite sides equal and parallel. Okay, do you remember? Just recall. For recalling this, I have written a parallelogram, its opposite sides are equal and parallel. Then opposite angles are equal. We know that opposite angles are equal. And adjacent angles are supplementary. That means the sum of adjacent angles should be equal to 180 degree. That's why written here adjacent angles are supplementary. Understood, children? So for a parallelogram, these all the properties should be satisfied. Then only we can say that it's a parallelogram. Now keep that in mind, and now we are going to check for these questions. Okay, children? Now let's see the solution part. Okay, now let's see the solution part. So what is the first question given, children? Angle D plus angle B is equal to 180 degree. They are saying angle D and angle B, when we add, we are getting 180 degree. So whether it's a parallelogram or not, we want to check it. So here what is angle D? This is angle D, and what is angle B? So these two are opposite angles, right? So we are getting, when we add, we are getting 180. So we can take this as 90 degree. And B also 90 degrees. So we know that in a parallelogram opposite angles are equal. So it is satisfying, but only because of that one condition we cannot say that quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Why? Because other condition. What are the other conditions? Then opposite sides should be equal. The sum of adjacent angles should be equal to 180 degree. All these things we have to satisfy. Then only we can say that it's a parallelogram, right? So this is not possible. It can be a parallelogram or may not be. Okay, so now let's read that answer. So if angle D plus angle B is equal to 180 degree, a quadrilateral ABCD may or may not be a parallelogram. Just what I said, right? Because other condition also we have to satisfy. As all the other conditions of a parallelogram also be fulfilled by a quadrilateral. Here what is this? Is a quadrilateral they have given ABCD, and they are asking, then they have given some questions whether this quadrilateral can be a parallelogram or not. So here the first condition is true, but we cannot say it's 100% sure it's a parallelogram, because other condition also it should be a true. That's why we have written like this in a sentence. Okay, so what is the second question they have given? In the question they have given AB is equal to CD is equal to 8 centimeter. So here what is AB in a parallelogram? In this quadrilateral, can you find out AB? This is AB, and next one CD. So in a parallelogram we can say that opposite sides are equal and parallel. So AB 8 centimeter and CD is 8 centimeter. So it is satisfying for a parallelogram. And one more condition also given in that second part. They have given AD. Where is AD? So this AD they have given 4 centimeter, and BC they have given us 4.4 centimeter. So it is not true, right? Because AD and BC are opposite sides. We know that in a parallelogram opposite sides should be equal. So this is 4 and this is 4.4 centimeters. Whether it is possible, children? No, it's not possible, right? It's not true, because it should be in a same, right? It should be in the same measurement. So we cannot say that this is a parallelogram, because this is 4 centimeter and this one they have given us 4.4. Check it, children. So it's not possible, because we know that in a parallelogram opposite sides should be equal. So here this one is correct. This is 8 centimeter and this is also 8 centimeter. So this is D and B also opposite angles. But here one condition, the second part, one condition is not true. This one, check it. Because 4 and 4.4. It's not at all possible, because opposite sides should be equal. So we can say it's not a parallelogram. Just read the explanation, children. In a parallelogram, opposite sides should be equal in length. Opposite sides should be equal in length. So here AB and CD, they are satisfying. They are having 8 centimeter. They are satisfying this one. But for the second part, it is not satisfied. Okay. So hence ABCD is not a parallelogram. ABCD is not a parallelogram. Then what is the third question? Third one, they have given the angle. What are the angle? Angle A is 70 degree and angle C is 65 degree. We know that opposite angles are equal, right? But they have given this is 70 degree and this one is 65 degree. So it is not at all true, right? Because opposite angles are equal. So angle A is not equal to angle C. So this is not a parallelogram. Understood, children? So here they have given a quadrilateral and they are asking us to check. So we have checked that one by using the properties of a parallelogram and we have written the answers. We have this here I have written, so you can write in your own sentence, no problem. But the meaning should be correct. What you are writing, that opposite side is not equal means that you mention it, you can write in your own words. Understood, children? Is it clear for you? Okay, let's see the next problem. Okay, the next question is, the measure of two adjacent angles of a parallelogram are in the ratio 3:2. So they have given that two adjacent angles. So we can take any two adjacent angles and that ratio is given as 3:2. They have given the ratio 3:2. So here draw a parallelogram. Here what are the adjacent angles, children? AB is one set of adjacent angle. Another one we can say it is BC. Another pair we can say it is DC. Another one AD. So we can take any two adjacent angles. So here we are taking A and B. So A and B, we are taking A and B. And ratio is given as 3 and 2. So we can take it as A as 3x and B as 2x we can take it as. So angle A is equal to 3x and angle B is equal to 2x. So we know that. What is another one property for a parallelogram? The sum of adjacent angles is equal to 180 degree. So we can say 3x plus 2x is equal to 180 degree because these two are adjacent angles. So angle A plus angle B is equal to 180 degree by using the adjacent angle property. So what is A? 3x. And what is B? 2x. Now is equal to 180 degree. So 3x plus 2x, 3 plus 2, 5. 5x is equal to 180 degree. Then we can find x. How we will find x is equal to 180 degree divided by 5. You will get angle x is equal to 36 degree. Understood, children? I'll explain one more time. Find the measure of two adjacent angles of a parallelogram or in the ratio 3:2. So they have given the ratio for the adjacent angles 3:2. So here we can take any two adjacent angles. They did not mention a particular side. So we can take any two adjacent angles. So here we are taking A and B. So angle A is equal to, they have given the ratio. So A is equal to 3x and B is equal to 2x. Then adjacent angles property we are applying. So angle A plus angle B is equal to 180 degree. So 3x plus 2x is equal to 180 degree. Then by using the solving the equation method, you will get the angle x. X is equal to 36 degree. We got angle x is equal to 36 degree. And the remaining we want to find out. Okay, let's see the remaining part. Okay, by solving the equation method, we got the x is equal to 36 degree. We got x is equal to 36 degree. So we know that angle A is equal to 3x, right? We have given angle A is equal to 3x because the ratio only they have given, right? So what is angle A? A is 3x, right? So we got x value we have got. What is the x value we got? We got x is equal to 36 degrees. So 3 into x. Angle A is equal to 3 into x. In the place of x, we want to substitute the 36 degree. So 3 into 36 degree. So we got 108. Angle A is equal to 108. We got angle A is equal to 108 degree. The same way for angle B. What is angle B? 2x, right? We got the value of x. We got the value of x. What is the value of x, children? We got here 36. Now 2 into x, 2 into 36, we got 72. So now angle A is equal to 108 and angle B is equal to 72 degree. So angle A we got, angle B we got. So what is the opposite angle of A? Angle C, right? And opposite of B we have D. So we know that opposite angles are equal for a parallelogram. So angle A is equal to 108 means we know angle C is also equal to 108. So if angle angle B is equal to 72 degree means we know that angle D also will be equal to 72 degree. Why? Because opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. So we got all the angles. Understood, children? So this is just please recall the properties of a parallelogram. We will apply that in a problem and we will find out the angles. Okay, children. Now let's see the next problem. Okay, the last question is two adjacent angles of a parallelogram have equal measures. So they have given the two adjacent angles of a parallelogram have equal in measures. Find the measure of each of the angles of a parallelogram. We want to find the measure for each of the angles. For angle A, for angle B, and for angle D, and for angle C, we want to find the measurement. So they have given the two adjacent angles of a parallelogram. So they said the two adjacent angles they are of equal measurement. So we can take any two adjacent angles. Here also we will take it A and B we will take. A and B we will take these two adjacent angles, angle A and angle B. So we know that adjacent angle, sum of the adjacent angles is equal to 180 degree. The other name for 180 degree is supplementary. So angle A plus angle B is equal to 180 degree. So we know that they have mentioned here two adjacent angles are of equal in measure. This you have to keep in mind. This is very important part. Two adjacent angles of a parallelogram have equal in measures. So here we are taking angle A and angle B. And angle A plus angle B is equal to 180 degree because sum of adjacent angles are equal to 180 degree. So, and they said it is equal. So, we can take angle B is equal to angle A. Since they have mentioned this in a question, two adjacent angles of a parallelogram have equal measure. Since they have mentioned this word in the question, we can take angle B is equal to angle A. Understood, children? So, we are taking, since angle A is equal to angle B. So, we are taking angle A plus B also equal measurement. So, we can write it as A, right? So, we got 2A plus A. Angle A plus angle A, we can write it as 2A. Why? Because instead of this B, we are writing angle A. Instead of B, we are writing angle A. Why we are writing angle A? Because it is given in the question. Because this is given in the question. So, that's why we are writing like this. Okay. So 2 angle A is equal to 180 degree. Now solving an equation, angle A is equal to 180 degree. Bring this to this side, reciprocal method. So 180 degree divided by 2. Cancel it, you will get angle A is equal to 90 degree. So angle A is equal to 90 degree and angle B is equal to 90 degree because two adjacent angles are equal, right? That is given in the question. So we can write angle A is equal to 90 degree and angle B also equal to 90 degree. So now what is the opposite angle of A? Angle C. Then our opposite angle of B is D. So we can say angle C is equal to 90 degree and angle D also equal to 90 degree. Why? Because opposite angle of a parallelogram are equal. Let's see the next part. Yeah, look at here. Why? Because opposite angles are equal. So this angle, angle A and angle C are the opposite angle. That's why C is equal to 90 degree. So the same way for angle B, which is an opposite angle, angle D. So that's why angle D is equal to 90 degree because opposite angles are equal. because opposite angles are equal. So hence all the measurement, angle A is equal to 90 degree, angle B is equal to 90 degree, angle C is equal to 90 degree, and finally angle D is equal to 90 degree. Understood, children? So here we are taking angle A plus angle B is equal to 90 degree, and we are, instead of B we are writing angle A. So we'll get 2 angle A is equal to 180 degree. Why? Because in the question they have mentioned that. Okay, children? So the remaining problem we will see in the next class. Okay, children, please learn the problems and learn the properties. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.